Hello all you lovely people watching at home. It's time. I've been waiting for this special for a while. So while I'm out being a complete weirdo, I've scheduled this long-awaited video for a whole month now. Actually, a lot longer than that. I'm excited about this video. So to kick off my channel's story series, I thought that the perfect story to start off with is none other than my horror story. So, without further ado, here it is. Turn off all the lights in your room, sit back and relax, and enjoy. On June 7th, 2016, I experienced something scary. I live in a generally small town and in a rather private location at that. I only have one neighbor, and they're usually not home early in the night. So, not too long ago, the entire day I was home alone, and I had nothing to do. I animated most of the time, obviously. I was thinking of ideas for Crusade for the Riches. And before you ask, no, the show isn't dead. But let's start at the beginning. The day before that, my parents told me that they were going to go to my sister's travel softball tournament for the majority of the day. I woke up at about 11 o'clock home alone. I go to the bathroom when I find that the window is open. Usually before it gets dark, my sister and her friend will go out to the roof of our porch and just hang out. This is annoying because it leads to moths everywhere in my room! God, really? I close it, do my business, and then continue on to the rest of the day. Later in the day, I'm animating in my room when suddenly, literally out of nowhere, my door's handle starts shaking. It gets more and more violent. I get up slowly and walk to the door. I'm shaking a bit because I know I'm home alone. I reach for the door slowly, and it's one of my dogs, Logan, messing with the knob with his nose. Did I get you? No? That wasn't the scary part. You're not funny! You again? Hey, I'm telling my scary story here. Screw off! God! So basically, my dog got my attention. I brought him downstairs, fed him, and just laid on the couch with him to watch TV. And eventually one of my cats, Buddy, walks up to us. Which is very odd because he hates Logan for no reason in particular. So it was nice. But suddenly, they were both staring at the door. Logan is one of those dogs who will bark endlessly if he sees a squirrel outside or something, but he wasn't barking at all. I noticed that my other dog, Lily, is outside as well. I didn't notice at first because it was dark. I guess that Lily got their attention, so I decided to let her in. She's just laying right in front of me, sprawled out on the ground. I tell her to come inside, and then I hear footsteps outside in the dark. All of the other animals were inside, and it was pitch black out. I was freaked out, but instantly thought it was just some wild animal outside. But then, really loud and uncomfortable breathing took place. I was frozen for about 20 seconds. I had no clue what to do. I was nudging Lily to come inside, and then I start to panic and pull her in. I run upstairs and grab my iPad. I couldn't find my phone anywhere, and my home phone wasn't working. I arm myself with a kitchen knife, and then use my iPad flashlight to get a good look outside. Nothing. I ran back upstairs again, waiting for someone to open my door. I wait for the entirety of the time until my mom gets home. I tell her the story, and she told me it was probably some wild animal, like I assumed before. I kinda guessed it was that way, but the breathing sounded too human. I finally disregard it, thinking that it was just an animal. A little later, I go to the bathroom before I go to bed. My sister and dad aren't even home yet, and the window was open. I go to close it, thinking that my sister went on the porch roof again, and then I realize I never locked the window earlier that morning. There's always a ladder outside of the house near the porch, and no one else was home the entire day. Someone could have been much closer than I expected. And that's the end of it. Some of you who follow me on Twitter probably saw this tweet, which is when this took place. Oh, and I thought that this was in the summer when writing this story, but it turns out that I was still in school last year, because the tweet right after that quotes, "Summer has never felt so good! Sweet, sweet relief!" Whatever, that's besides the point. I was freaking out a bit too much, but it was certainly scary, so I hope you enjoyed. This video was fun to make. The story series will be in this style of video, and you guys can vote what the next theme will be. With the poll in the description, choose between the following themes. These themes also have different outlines, if you couldn't tell already. I haven't decided on what the other colors will be, but since this is the first episode, I'll explain what each color does. A yellow outline would be a funny story. A green outline would be an interesting story. And a purple outline means a weird story. In this case, it's weird and funny. If you don't know what the Prism story is, you'll just have to wait and see. I'll also get some people to tell stories as well, whether it comes to other YouTubers, friends, anyone really. But that wraps up this video. I had a blast making this one. The time constraint was kind of annoying, but whatever. Be sure to vote for the next theme by clicking the links in the description below. That's all the time I have. Peace!